friends, a very warm welcome to Coding Techniques again. Today we are going to learn about an interesting topic which is in-app browser. So you must have already implemented the in-app browser, but we are going to implement this using the Capacitor plugin, right? So the Capacitor plugin in-app browser is not that different, but it is good for iOS 1 also. So we are going to see how that performs, and we are going to see a little bit about the listener out there, how that is getting impacted, all that stuff in this particular video. So stay tuned till the end, you are going to like that up. So with that being said, let's dive into this video right now. So in this video, I have already created a new project. You can see out here, this is the command that I have used for creating a new project. And once the project is created, I have gone inside that folder and opened it up in Visual Studio Code. Then I open the terminal out here. You can go out here and go for new terminal. Once that is done, I have simply run Ionic serve out here. Alright, this is the command. So once that is done, our app is up and running. Now we need to implement our plugin out here, right? And for doing that up, let me go to the src folder, then app folder, and let's go to the home folder. Out here, let me rename it to browser app, okay? Or in-app browser, you can write it down out there. Anything you can write. Let me remove all the content from here, okay? And also from the SCSS, I will remove everything. We don't need this full screen stuff out here, and also this one too. The only thing that I'm going to have is just a button. So let me just create that up, iron button, which I will expand to block, and will pass a class out here for the margin. So iron margin that I'm going to pass, and the name, let me give it open browser, okay? And in here, I will also give a click event, which I'll name it as open browser. Fine. Let's create it out here in the TypeScript one, open browser. Now once this is created, we need to pass the functionality for that. So now you can see I'm already into the capacitorjs.com/docs. Now from the /docs, I have gone to the APIs. Let me just show you. I'll go out here to the documentation. You go to the plugins, official plugins. And out here, I've gone to the browser one. Now, once you enter out here, you simply need to copy this particular plugin to install, which I'll do it out here in a new PowerShell or JShell, paste it. Once that is done, before hitting the next command, I need to run Ionic build just to create the www folder. Otherwise, I cannot run this syncing part. So let's wait for it to finish. It is done. Now let me copy this command and I'll paste it out here. Now this is also done. Once everything is done, what else we have to do for Android and iOS? For Android, we have to pass few permissions. We will work with that. Let's create our functionality at first. Let me give it out here, and then we will check in the browser also. I don't think it's going to work in the browser, but let's check it out. So let me simply copy this up. And let's go out here. Let me paste it, make it a sync, and this browser, I will import it from @capacitor/browser. Alright, this is done. Now if I click on this, let's see what happens. I'm clicking on that and it has opened the browser in a different tab. That is happening in the browser one. Let's check it in real device now. It should open up in in-app browser. Okay, so for that I have to create the platform. So Ionic Cap, add Android. Let's see what else we can do meanwhile that is being done. So you can add listeners also out here, whether the browser is finished or browser page is still loading. And at last you can remove all the listeners, so you can work with that also. You can close this browser by using this close function. So other things are not that much important. Out here you can even give the window name that is for web only. Right, toolbar color also you can pass out here, and then presentation style, whether it should be a full screen or a popover style. Which one is the default one? Defaults to full screen. That's okay, and that is only for iOS. So this changes you can do only for the iOS. Otherwise it will be full screen by default, right? So that's okay. I think the platform is added for Android. Let's add it for the iOS also. Alright, this is also added. That's great. Now let me make the changes in the variable.gradle. So let me just search out here variables. You can see it is coming up. I'm hitting Command plus P to enter this one. Alright, just to get that searching one. Okay. Now out here what I need to do? Well, it is written that for Android I need to pass something. Where was it? Yeah, this is the one. Let me copy this up and paste it out here. That will be equals to a version that I already defined out here. Let me simply copy the version and I will paste this version directly. Fine. This is the only thing that I need to do. Now I can simply run it in my Android and iOS devices. Now let's try it out in our Android one. So what I will do, let me first sync the project. So what I will do, Ionic Cap sync, I will use it out here. Okay, the syncing is done in Android and iOS both. Now let me open it up in Android. So Ionic Cap, open Android, and you can see Android Studio has opened up. Now it is ready. Let me hit the run button and let me install it up. Alright, it is getting installed. And it is installed now. Now let me hit on the open browser button and see what happens. Alright, it has opened up the browser in the in-app browser, I suppose. If I close this, I'm already into the browser, but if I click on it again, and yeah, I'm in the same application only. So this is working in Android. That's pretty okay. I'm happy with this. Even you can pass the title, I think, na? It was written somewhere. Let me just check it out. Window name you can pass, that is web only. Okay, that's okay. You can pass the toolbar color out here. We can try that up, but I don't think that's needed. Toolbar color you can change when we open the browser. The toolbar color you can change, but that is not necessary actually, so we can skip that up. Presentation is only for iOS, so we won't touch it up, and we don't need to do anything else, I suppose. Listener, well, listeners are not that important. Browser finished, well, if you are doing some tracking via the browser, then you can check for browser finished or not. Okay, but as of now, like, I'm not doing anything, just to show you what should I do. So let me just check it out here. Listen for the browser finished event. It fires when the browser is closed by the user. So basically this listener will listen to this close function, I think. If you are closing the browser, then this particular listener will be triggered. Okay, so you can perform some actions on this. And how you need to pass, well, basically out here I don't think it is shown. So simply you need to pass out here the event name, that is browser finished, and a listener function, that means it will be a callback. Okay, so you just have to pass the callback out here in this particular manner. Function, then this arrow symbol, and then within that you can pass the functionality. Alright, so that is what you need to do, which we always do in all the events. Alright, I'll just show you up. I won't actually use it. Let me minimize this up. Then we will try for the iOS. Let me just show you at first quickly. So browser dot add listener, where you can pass browser. You can see suggestion is coming up, browser finished if I'm passing. And out here in the second one, it will take the listener function. So it will be a callback only in this particular manner. Fine, you can see this is how you need to pass, that's it. And you can listen for this particular change, console log, browser finished. Okay, that's what you can do. And if you want to just check it out, simply let me just show you. I'll create another button out here, close browser. Let me just do it quickly, copy, paste. Alright, and I'll change this to close browser, but I won't be able to trigger that because for closing the browser, definitely you have to do something, right, in the main application, but we are into the browser at that point of time, so we cannot trigger this up. But still, let's have that up. I want to see whether if I'm closing the app directly by using the cross button out there. Let's see if it exists or not. So what I need to do, let me have a sync, close browser, and we will check this on iOS only. Fine, await browser dot close function. This is a promise of type void. So that's it. We have to do this stuff only. So that's pretty okay. Now let's try it in iOS, but before that I will sync the project for Android and iOS both. Alright, this is done. Let's open it up in iOS now. But in order to use it in iOS, well, I have to change the package name also, right? So let me just do one thing. I will change the package name everywhere. I'll copy this package name and go for searching. I'll paste it out here, and out here I'm going to pass the domain name at first in the reverse manner. So techniques.com in the reverse manner, dot your app name, which should be unique. So I will just have out here browser app. There should not be any hyphen. Alright, I'll replace it everywhere. I'll close all of it and sync the project again before running it in iOS. Now the syncing is done properly. Let's open it up in iOS now by using this particular command. Alright, the Xcode has opened up and my iPhone is showing out here. And I think the app is ready. Let me hit the run button, but before that let me unlock my iPhone. Alright, it is ready. Let me hit the run button. Okay, the build is failed. Yes, it will, because I have to go to the app, and within the app what I need to do, okay, out here in the app, I have to go to the signing in capabilities, and you can see this is a status: signing for app requires a development team. So I already have a development team, personal development team, an account that is created which is not required to be that same account which you might have for purchasing. This is just an account. You can create it from here itself, add an account simply. You don't have to pay for that. Okay, so once you do that up, I'll try it again. Let's see now. So this time I'm not facing any problem and it is running in my mobile application. Now let me just show you. I'll click on open browser and you can see it has opened the browser, the Safari one, directly in the in-app browser. Okay, now if I hit on the close button or done, let me hit on done. Now you can see out here in the console log, out here in the Xcode, you can see browser finished. That is what we have written, right? Let me just expand this so that we can see out here. Let's go to our homepage TypeScript. So this is what I have passed in the console log, which is being published out here, right? So it is listening to the browser close. Now if I hit on close browser, it is giving me an error, no active window to close, right? Because there is no browser which is opened up. Okay, so close browser is of no meaning as of now, like I already told you, but still I have just shown you up. Okay, and this listener, I have shown how actually this works on browser finish. So whenever you are just closing the browser, it will be hit. Similarly, what is the other one? Browser page loaded. So whenever the page is loaded within the browser, then this event will get triggered. So you can just check this also. All right, it is the same one only. So this is how you can work with all this stuff. So I've shown you in Android and iOS how exactly it works. So I hope you like this video. If you like this video, do share with your friends. And if you're new out here, do subscribe to the channel. This will help the channel grow. So with this, I'll wrap up this video out here. Thank you very much for watching. See you guys next time.